What is going on, everyone? Chris Roma here, aka Roma Aquatics. These two beautiful dosing pumps just came in the mail. Got them on Amazon. They were about $89, I believe. This is the old one that I had. It's the DP-5, which I really liked, but for some reason the first two heads just stopped working. So I'm assuming there's a circuit board that controls both of them because they both stopped at the exact same time. I was using all four, so this was basically water into a tank, water out of the tank, water into a tank, water out of a tank, and then this was a top off for a tank. So these two both pooped out on me. These three are still good. But I'm going to give these guys a try. I'm going to use one of these. So the two of these pumps are going to be for alkalinity, like alkalinity for frag tank, alkalinity for my main tank, calcium for the frag tank, calcium for the main tank, and then water in and out for the frag tank, water in and out for the main tank. And that is the plan for these two. And hopefully we can replace this guy. And we could use these three just for top off. So now I could use this to top off any tank I have upstairs that can't be gravity topped off with the float valves like I normally do. For example, the tank upstairs right there. But that one I was topping off with this pump. So I'm going to use this to keep topping that up. I have a shrimp tank in my daughter's room that I'll use to top off. And then I'll have one extra. Let's get to seeing what's in the box. Got the unboxing, so we're going to open this baby up and see what we got, what it comes with. Some styrofoam. User's manual. It's actually really long. It looks actually really pretty nice. Pictures and stuff. Oh, look, QR codes. Looks like they actually maybe made this fairly easy, so we'll go through this. In the box we have an extra pump head, which is awesome. AC and the doser itself, and it looks like that's all we got. Swatted with some styrofoam, but the doser itself feels fairly heavy actually. Nice and solid actually feels. We have the power button. And then there's a button for each pump. So I believe these are manual. If you want to just run the pump manually, you can press those buttons. So that's what comes in the box. Now let's get to setting up the app and getting this baby up and running. So I decided I'm going to mount this guy with using these handy little mounts on the back of this guy. And for all of you who don't know, I did this wrong my whole life, where I would measure and I would try to plot it out and get a level. And it was a pain, and I found an easy way one time, and I'm going to share. I don't remember where I saw this, but I am going to share it with the world. So it requires a piece of paper and a crayon. So basically, you see these two holes here? What we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of paper and we're going to line it up wherever we want the top to be. So I'm just going to line that up there, and wherever we want the doser to go, I'm just going to put it somewhere right in the middle there. You know, take your crayon, draw your outline. So there's the doser, there's our paper with our outline. So now you take whatever you have to hang. This works well with pictures, whatever you need. Line up those lines. Alright, and take the crayon. And I like to throw a few lines in there just so for fun. But there you can see there's an outline. So now you can come over here put this back on here however you'd like. You go get your drill. Where did I put the drill? So you get your screw gun and you have your screws. So now you put this, once you have your paper exactly where you want, for this project I'm not too exactly concerned about it being exactly level or perfectly in place. So you put the screw right in the middle of that piece of paper. You bring it in a little, and then you do the same with the other screw, right directly in the middle. So you have something like that. And I left them out intentionally so I could show you that they're in the middle so you can still see. But then you're going to want to sink these down to where you're leaving a little bit out, but not too much. You know, just enough to mount it. So probably like that. You can go probably a little bit deeper, but once you got that on, you just simply rip that off, and this should now just fit perfectly, screw to screw, right on there. That's a great, easy way of mounting stuff where you don't really have to measure. You just grab a crayon, and it's perfect every single time. Every time it's just nice and tight. So this is the app you're gonna need for the Jebao dowser, and you can get it by using those QR codes right there to go to the iOS store or the Android store, the Google Play Store. But once you download it, you're gonna open it up, and well, this is already here because I've already done this, but there's going to be a little page that says create an account. You basically just create an account and sign in, and I already have my one doser added, and we're going to add the second one. So this is when you want to once you get to this point, this is when you're going to want to put your device into pairing mode, the doser itself. So let's do that. Number one, number two. So this one's already connected. You can see the status is green. This one does not have a status. There's two lights. You hold the power button down for 5 seconds, and then you will see some difference. Now we know we're in pairing mode. So now here we hit this plus in the corner, go to doser. It says make sure you put it in pairing mode. Check that little box and hit next. Enter your Wi-Fi password. Hold on. So once you enter your password and hit next, it says connecting, connecting, connecting. So after it connected, it found this. I'm going to tap that guy. You may have to hold it down. Okay, check mark. Didn't realize the check mark. And then you hit confirm to add down here, and it says success. Start. So now we have this. You can hold it down and rename it. You can rename it to whatever you want. Pressing the button turns it on and off. Holding it brings up the menu of all the cool stuff, so you can turn all the channels on and off together, or if you want to hold it on, that's how you get to each channel, and that's how you set your programs. You set a number of different programs, and then you hit run program, and it'll run the program. And then you also can do liquid calibrations, which we'll do next by hitting that. Brings up a menu, liquid calibration, and then you're good to go. I like to go with the default. You can change that to be probably the higher you make this number, the more accurate it's going to be, I would assume. And then you can change your channels back here. You hit start to start the calibration, and we're going to do that in just a sec. Let's get this calibration started. So I went ahead and I broke out my 100 milliliter graduated cylinder. It's probably kind of hard to read, but the 50 ml mark is right there. So I'm going to go ahead and start calibrating. I have my soda ash going in here. I have the liquid calibration menu pulled up on the tablet. Set it to 50 milliliters, channel 1, and I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And now we watch closely. We got the soda ash liquid solution going into the graduated cylinder. And we will hit stop once we get to 50. We're at about 45, hitting 50 at about 65 seconds, and we're about to hit 50, stop. We are at 50 at 74 seconds. Perfect. So now we will do the exact same thing again with pump 2. One thing that I've already noticed, even just after calibrating just one of these, is the ability to be able to have the pump anywhere, even far away from the tank, and be able to do the calibration. With this one right here, you have to do everything through this panel right here. There's no app or anything Wi-Fi for it. So basically, when I wanted to calibrate this one, it was in a different room. I needed 2 people to do it, so I can start this, call someone on the phone who was in the other room, so I could say, and they had the line on the graduated cylinder, and say, call me when it hits 100, so I could press the button to stop calibrating. And that was actually super annoying, because I always had to wait for my wife to be around to help me do anything when it involved this pump. So that's going to be super awesome already, right off the bat, I can tell. Secondly, what's going to be awesome is the ability to just be able to hit the button and have the pump run. And just because with this, you could just hit the button. Like right now, there's air. I just switched. I switched and put 2 check valves on here, and it let some air into this line. And so right now it's going to be nice to be able to just manually press the button to basically burp the line and get the air out, rather than on this one I would have had to literally set a program to run until it burped, and then basically pulled the plug to get it to stop running, and then do it that way. So that's actually very nice bonus with these that I wasn't expecting. So honestly, I probably, whether these 2 broke or not, I probably would have ended up switching over to this anyway, just because the Wi-Fi and the extra manual button make it so much more convenient, and just not even more than convenient, it's just much easier to use, especially if your pump isn't in the same room or near your tank.